folks, and welcome back to another episode of Pinal Prep Spotlight, brought to you by 911 Air Repair, your local air conditioning experts specializing in maintenance, repair, and new installations. We are now transitioning over to spring sports, which majority of our coverage includes baseball and softball. So for this episode, we're kind of going to give you guys our predictions for the baseball season. And while the past couple of years, we've kind of had three staples that kind of provided that level of excellence for Pinal County in Poston Butte, Florence, and Vista Grande. This season, I think there's going to be more questions than answers just all around for our baseball teams. David, what are your predictions for this season?
I'm looking at a couple different areas. First off, I want to look at the new 5A region that we're going to see, because a new team is coming from 6A to 5A in our coverage area. That is Maricopa. Maricopa had actually a really good season last year in 6A. They went 12-6. They were literally one spot away from making a play-in appearance last season. Just didn't get it. It wasn't in the cards for them when it came to rankings and all that. So I'm interested to see what they do this year, because it's an interesting region as well. They're going to face teams like Casa Grande, like Vista Grande. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they handle going from 6A to 5A. I think it only is going to elevate them, because while they did say goodbye to a decent amount of seniors last year, they still have a good amount of depth and youth on this team that knows what competitive baseball looks like. And coming from 6A to 5A, it could be an interesting value for them, because they've seen some of the best teams in the state. So now they can come in and maybe kind of show their strength a little bit of their own. Moving back down to more the 3A level, I'm looking at Florence. I think Florence can still have a decent season. They still have a good amount of guys. I'm looking at Coolidge this year, because Coolidge made the play-in last year after just years of mediocrity from this program. They finally kind of found their footing and are getting things about themselves. So I'd really like to see if Coolidge can continue that this year. And then Santa Cruz as well. Santa Cruz is finally kind of moving into their own, just like Coolidge. So can they continue that level of excellence that we've seen so far? Can they get past a play-in? Can they get to a first-round game? We'll just have to wait and see. So it's kind of up in the air for this baseball season. There's a lot of things that can go right, but there's also a lot of things that can go wrong.
So my biggest question overall for baseball comes in 4A with Poston Butte. This is the first time in I don't know how many years that Poston Butte is under a different head coach. Former head coach Chris Holcomb, he stepped down after last season. They are now under a new coaching regime just all around. And so far, it's kind of hard to tell where this Broncos team stands. They played plenty of tournament games. They've only played one regular season game. They won't host their regular season home opener until March 25th. So just a lot of questions all around of what this Poston Butte team will look like once the games actually start to matter and they start building up that momentum to try to continue with their postseason run. Going back to 5A, like David mentioned, hey, we have a newcomer in Maricopa, but we also have a newcomer in Vista Grande. Vista Grande is moving up from 4A. And like Poston Butte, Vista Grande has that very, very lengthy success rate of being in the postseason. However, the past couple of years, they haven't been able to make it past that play-in game. So this season, they have a really strong pitching staff with guys like Adrian Davis, Ramsey Rodriguez, Aiden Valencia. But the question here comes in the batter's box. Vista Grande, the past couple of years, does have the players. However, they've lacked the consistency and being able to get the job done offensively. And then just to wrap things up, talking about our other 5A team in Casa Grande Union, pitching staff is completely different from Vista Grande. They don't have that much experience. So far, they're being led by two freshmen in Max Baca and Nehemiah Valenzuela. So far, they combined for over 24 innings pitched, 29 strikeouts, 12 walks, and 15 earned runs. But hey, they're kind of getting fed to the Lions early on, which is good. And they've been able to find some success. However, as head coach John Bettina says, hey, it's nice that they're doing well right now, but they don't want to peak right now. This is just the start of the season. You want to peak around like April-ish, around there, just to prepare for the playoffs. And hopefully, hey, we can have a couple of playoff teams going on later on. David, any other thoughts?
I think you covered it pretty well. Like I mentioned and like you mentioned, it's just going to be a toss-up this year with baseball. We're not really sure what to expect, but we're going to be along for the ride with whatever happens, and we're looking forward to bringing you guys some more exciting action.
As always, be sure to check out Pinal Central for all of your local sports coverage.